We are going to do what should be a review lesson, but this is a critical piece. It's called the order of operations. When we do this one, we're going to change what many of you may have learned before. How many of you guys remember the expression PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally? PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally?
I remember that.
Okay. Now, we do have some very unfortunate news today. Unfortunately, PEMDAS crossed Miss McShann. She is now dead. We do not use PEMDAS anymore. Okay? Unfortunately, PEMDAS was extremely misleading in several areas. First off, P stood for what?
Parentheses.
Parentheses, but there's actually a lot more than parentheses. We have brackets, we've got division bars, there's a lot of different grouping symbols. So P doesn't cut it. Additionally, if I look at PEMDAS, it sounds like multiplication comes before division, right? No, it doesn't. Sounds like addition comes before subtraction, right? No, it doesn't. So we had to retire Aunt Sally. We are now going to use Gemma. Gemma does the same process, but here's why this is important, guys. There is actually very possible to do a problem and get a whole variety of answers, as you guys will be able to see today. Unfortunately, there is only one right answer because mathematicians have come together and we have developed what we call the order of operations. There is a specific order in which you have to do a problem in order to get the right answer. The way we remember that order is what we call Gemma. So G, I kind of gave you a hint. What do you think the G stands for? Grouping symbols. Okay? So G is groupings. So we have several grouping symbols. One of the most common, and why it used to be the way we said it, was parentheses. So those of you that don't know, parentheses are just like that. However, we also use brackets. Normally, if I have bracket, it's what we call a nested expression. There's going to be a bracket, and then there will be a set of parentheses or two sets of parentheses inside of it. So it's just saying this whole piece goes together, even though there's parts to that piece. Another one that can cause a lot of issues is, believe it or not, the division bar is a dividing symbol. If I have a whole problem written out, I do everything on top first, and I do everything on bottom second. So those are your three most common grouping symbols. Now the E didn't change. So the E is the same. Anybody know what the E is? No, we just did it. Exponents. So E is our exponents. So we'll go through, we'll do any exponents first. Key thing to remember on the exponents is the exponent is telling me how many times I'm multiplying that base number by itself. So be cautious on that one. Now, we have just one letter now for the M. What do you think the M stands for? No? I'll give you a hint. What did Aunt Sally tell us to do?
Hey, who's Aunt Sally?
Multiplication and division. So there's two pieces in this. Multiplication and division. So this is why this was a critical change, guys. Multiplication and division is all one step. So how do I know which one comes first?
Whichever one is there first.
What do you mean by there first?
Like, if one is in front of it.
What's in front when I'm reading? How do I read? Left to right. So if the division comes before the multiplication, I do the division first. If the multiplication comes before the division, I do the multiplication first. Whichever one comes first, as I'm going from left to right in my problem, is what I do first. Yes, sir?
So
Sure.
Is it addition, subtraction?
Good job. Addition and subtraction. And we have the same note on the addition and subtraction, left to right. So whichever one is first is the one we do first. So do you guys want to see the biggest difference between an A plus and an F in doing order of operations?
Yes.
It's not being lazy. If you will rewrite each step as you're going, this is easy stuff. If you start trying to combine stuff and do it all in your head, you're going to fail. Okay? So it's a really easy thing, and the nice thing is it's 100% on you. If you'll do what Ms. McShann and I are about to teach you and show you, this is an easy lesson. And the quiz next week will be easy. But guess what, guys? Guess who made this next quiz?
You.
Guess what I was irritated about?
Demo.
People trying to do more than one step at once. So I made sure that I set it up that if you're trying to just do multiple steps at once in your head instead of rewriting it, you're going to fail this quiz. I guarantee it. But if you will take your time and you'll write these out, this is a relatively easy quiz. So let's do a couple problems together so that you guys can see what I'm talking about rewriting each step. So you'll have a good example to go off of before we give you some time to practice. One other thing I do recommend, write the GEMA right on top of your quiz, on top of the problem, to make sure that you're going through this step by step. So the first thing I'm going to do is I looked at my problem, I look for any grouping symbols. Do I have any in my first problem? No, so I can cross that out. Do I have any exponents? Nope, so I can cross that out. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes. Now the way I mark it is I just put a little loop under the numbers that I'm working with, and then you're going to rewrite everything else. So I'm not doing the 14 minus 5 yet, so I'm going to rewrite that. I'm not doing the addition yet, so I rewrite that. Then I actually do the math. 3 times 2 is 6, and now I write that in there. Do I have any additional multiplication or division?
No, you said addition.
Or multiplication or division? No, so I can cross the M off. Now addition subtraction just goes left to right. So I'm going to do the first part. 14 minus 5 is a 9 plus 6. I add those together and I get 15. There's my answer. 2 quick questions. Did it take me a long time to write each step? No. Was it difficult to figure out what I was doing before I rewrote the next step? No, you just follow GEMA. It's literally written right above it. Now, here's the slight difference between how Ms. McShann and I do this, is just in how we notify what we're doing. So, our first one here, do we have a grouping symbol in the second one?
Yes.
Yeah, so here's what Ms. McShann does. She actually just circles the part that she's doing and then rewrites everything else. So 36 divided by 4 plus 20. Gee, I did it again. 20 times, and then I put that together. 3 times 5 is, or 3 plus 5 is 8. Once she does it, she crosses it out so she knows that that part is done. So now I look again. Do I have any more grouping symbols? No. One thing I want to point out. The 8, once I've done the grouping and kept that in parentheses, there's a reason for that. If I have a number followed by parentheses and another number, what is that telling me to do? Multiply. That's one. If you look on the wall or on the board, this is one Ms. McShann's had up for a very long time. A number, parentheses, another number just means to multiply. So this is no longer a grouping symbol because there's only one number inside of it. Make sense? Oh, okay. Now, our next step, do I have any more grouping symbols? No. Do I have any exponents? No, so I can cross those 2 off. Any multiplication or division? Yes, I go left to right, so I'm going to do these in order. So I'm going to circle. This one now becomes a 9. I rewrite everything else. 20 times 8. This one's done. Do I have any additional multiplication or division? Yes, I'm going to do this one next. So I rewrite everything else. 9 plus 20 times 8 is 160. Do I have any additional multiplication or division? No. All I have left is adding. Adding 9 plus 160 gives me 169. Who does? Okay. Yes, Kaylee. I'll come by and help you. Okay, guys, we're going to give you a chance to practice. Now, really important, this has to be individual work. We're going to give you a chance to work together in a little bit, but we want to see what you know. So keep it quiet, individual work. We'll give you guys, we got 6 problems. We'll give you guys about 12 minutes to do up these next 6 problems. So go ahead and get to work. Just to help you understand why Gemma is so important. I'm actually going to get the answers from several of you before we work them out to see what different options we have. So who feels they have an answer to this third one? And once I've gotten your answer, don't give it again. If you see your answer, you can put your hand down. Leslie? 50? Just want to make sure it wasn't 15. Sometimes those get confused. Anybody have something other than 50?
No.
So everybody here got 50 for this one?
Yeah.
You got 50? What'd you get? 926. Thank you. 926. Okay, anybody? Nobody else has a different answer. Right in? Guys, please quiet down. 52, you said? Thank you. Nobody else? Nobody got 11?
Huh?
Nobody got 16?
No.
Okay.
It was 50. You got what? You got 50.
Okay, let's look at it. Do I have any groupings?
Yes.
Yes, that's where I'm going to start. So 15 plus 9 is 24, minus 2 times 11. I rewrite everything else. Do I have any other groupings? No, remember, once it's down to just a parentheses, what does that mean when I have a number, parenthesis number? That is, Emma? Multiply. So I'm done with groupings. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have multiplication or division? Yes, I go left to right. 3 times 24 gets me 72, minus 2 times 11. Starting to put down the answer. Do I have any additional multiplication or division? Yes, I'm going to do that one next. 72 minus 22. Do I have any additional multiplication or division? Nope, just this subtraction gives me 50. I will say, guys, overall I was impressed. Most classes today have had at least 6 answers on that one. Okay? What about our next one? Who thinks they have this answer? Kaylee? 78?
78.
Nice. Do you must have something other than 78? Avi? You did it? I guess okay. Luna? Thank you. 82. Anything else? JJ? Good job. 325. Anybody else? Nobody else?
Guys, don't quit talking while he's talking.
So everybody has, what did you say? 337? Good job, Micah. Yes?
325.
That's up there already. Okay. So let's look at it. Do I have any groupings? Yes, I have one grouping in the middle. So I'm going to rewrite everything out. 37 plus 4, 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 9. Do I have any other groupings? Nope. Once it's down to one number, it's not a grouping now, it's a multiplication. Do I have any exponents? No. So multiplication division, I've got the 1 here in the middle. 37 plus 32 plus 9. No more multiplication or division. Now I just go left to right. 37 plus 32 gets us 69. Plus 9 gives us 78.
I was right.
Okay?
I was so naughty. Except that I didn't.
Okay, our next one. This one gets a little tricky because this division bar is a grouping symbol. So I'm going to do everything on top first, and then I'm going to divide it by 4. So this is actually a double grouping symbol. I have my division bar as a grouping symbol, and I have the parentheses as a grouping symbol. So within the grouping symbol, I'm still going to do the grouping symbol first. Oh, I forgot to get the answers. Thanks, Bella. Bella? 16? Anybody else get something different? 15? Thanks. Good job, Sophie. 15, 2. Is that 30? Nora? 20 even? 2-0? Okay. Anybody else? Okay, no other answers? So everybody has one of those 3 answers. Okay, let's see. So I'm doing this grouping symbol first, so 92 minus 28 over 4. Just the subtraction on the top now, 92 minus 28 gets me 64 divided by 4.
16.
So I'm done with the top. There's nothing else on the bottom, equals 16. Okay, answers on the next one. Emma? 33? So we have 33. Any other answers? Bella? 129. Nice. Osana, that's what you had? Osana? Okay. Sophie? 117? 517. Okay, good.
I mean, like, I got 7
Luna?
on the first try.
38. Good job.
Stop talking.
JJ? 129? Okay. Oh, I do have that up there. Tavin? 134. So you were close to what the other ones had.
Right on 20.
Avi? 51. Bryden? 67. Emily? 34. So we have 3 in the 30s. That's sounding promising. Jonah? 129? I already have that one up there. So this has been the most diverse so far. But guys, here's why this is so important. If you don't follow order of operations, any of these answers could make logical sense. But there is only one answer that is correct. So we have to start with our groupings. Within our groupings, we follow Gemma still, meaning I'm still going to do the 8 squared first. So I rewrite everything else. What is 8 to the second power? What does that equal? 64 minus 2 times 2. Now I'm still have a grouping symbol, so I'm going to do that one. 5 plus 62 times 2. I'm done with my groupings. Do I have any more exponents? Nope. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes. So I'm going to do this one next. 5 plus 124. That's it. All we had, the adding, subtracting, gives us 129. Okay? Nora? Guys, please. Yeah, next one. You want it? 117? Emma? 92?
I made on the last one, I made a mathematical error. I almost did 125 times 5.
That would have been a math error. Yes, Bella? Guys, please quiet down. I can't hear people that are giving answers. 141. So we got 141, 117, 92. Anybody have a different answer than those 3? Only 3 on this one? Oh, Tavin?
732.
Nice. He's working hard. He's getting some big numbers. Sophie? 492? Okay. Ray? 54? Ray. I know they're two different people. Guys, anyone else? Okay, let's look. Do I have any groupings in this one? Yes. So we do this one first. 3 to the 4th minus 2 to the 3rd times 3 plus 60. Do I have any more groupings? No, so that one's gone. Do I have any exponents? Yes, I have 2 of them, so I'm going to do them left to right. 3 to the 4th is the same as what? 3 times 3, which is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 gives me 81 minus 2 to the 3rd times 3 plus 60. I still have another exponent. 81, 2 to the 3rd, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 3 plus 60. Do I have any more exponents? No. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes. So I have to multiply 81 minus 24 plus 60. Any more multiplication or division? No. So that one's gone. 81 minus 24 is going to get me 57 plus 60, 117.
Can you do it a different way?
No. That's why there's only one answer. Okay, Nora.
So, like, if you did it a different
Guys.
way, you still got the same answer.
I don't know how you can do it a different way and get the same answer, unless you're doing more than one step in a step.
Because at the start, I was doing 5 minus 2 is 3, and then I did 3 plus 60, and then I did the exponents.
No, adding 60 would have been the last thing to do.
Okay.
Nora. 79. Okay, gets us started. Anybody else? Emma? 13. Anybody else? Bella? 109. 10? 34. That's like your smallest answer so far. Sophie? 128. Anybody on my side has something different? Okay, let's take a look. Do I have any grouping symbols?
Yes.
Yes, within the grouping symbol, I still follow Gemma, meaning I'm going to do this one first, so I rewrite everything else. 7 to the 2nd power is 49 minus 15 plus 11. I still have a grouping symbol, so I'm doing this one. 2 times 34 plus 11. Do I have any more groups? Any exponents? Any multiplication or division? Yes. 2 times 34 gets me 68 plus 11. Now I'm done with those, so just add those together and we get 79. Good job. Now, 2 things. Number 1, for those of you who did not get them all right, I hope you realize where your mistakes were. Number 2, I am modeling this for a reason, guys. This is how I solve these. This is how Miss McShann solves them, except she circles instead of doing the little drops. Please rewrite every step. We want you to be successful. You will not be successful if you don't rewrite every step. Is it really that much work for me to write the step? No. But it is far, and here's the irony. I have had so many students today that I've been helping, and I'll come up to them after 10 minutes, they haven't solved a single problem. Do you want to know why? Because they're trying to do it all in their head, and it's getting them confused. As soon as I sit and work with them and have them write it out, I haven't had anybody take more than 2 minutes on a problem. It actually will go faster if you'll just rewrite it, because it's right in front of you and you know what to do. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is turn the page. This one is the partner practice. So now we will let you work quietly with a partner. You have until lunch finishes, and then we'll give you about 10 minutes once you get back from lunch to finish this up. Okay, we're going to go through these. I am going to go a little more quickly this time. I'm not going to get all of your answers. I'm just going to show you how to work them and what the answers should have been. Okay? So our first one, we do groupings. I've got 2 groupings on this one. So I start off 5 times 18 minus 56 divided by 2 times 4. I have an additional grouping on this side, so 5 times 18 minus 56 divided by 8. Different groupings, no exponents. Multiplication division, I've got a multiplication up front, so that's going to be 90 minus 56 divided by 8. I have a division on the back side. 90 minus 7 gives me an answer of 83. Okay? Next one, grouping. I start right off with a grouping, and that's going to be 90 plus 2 to the 5th. Oh, yep, thank you. 90 was the last one. 70 plus 2 to the 5th. Exponent 2 to the 5th. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So 70 plus 32. That's the exponents. Then no multiplication. I'm just going to add those for 102.
He was just thinking of 18 times 5, so it didn't.
Yeah.
The last problem.
Groupings. I've got 2 of them on this one. 21 divided by 3 gives me a 7. Plus 27 plus 8 times 5 plus 75. I have an additional grouping on this side. 7 plus 27 plus 40 plus 75. I don't have any exponents, don't have any multiplication on this one, so we're just adding left to right. Gives us 34 plus 40 plus 75, 74 plus 75, or 149. Groupings. I have an exponent inside of my grouping, so that's going to be the very first thing we do. 7 plus 66 divided by 2 to the 4th, so that's 2, 4, 8, 16 minus 5 gives us 7 plus 66 divided by 11. So we have 7. Now I have groupings are done, no exponents. I have 1 multiplication division, gives us a 6. And our addition gives us 13 for our answer. Groupings. We have 1 grouping up front. So that gives us 20 times 3 divided by 4 plus 15. No exponents. Multiplication division. 60 divided by 4 plus 15. I have another division. 15 plus 15. That's it for those. So all we get is our answer of 30. Next one, we have a grouping on this side. So 11 times 5 minus 70, 80, 90 divided by 5. No more groupings. No exponents. Multiplication division. I'm going to go left to right. Gives us 55 minus 90 divided by 5. I have a division on this side. 55 minus 18 for a total of 37. Groupings. We have 2 on this one. 64 divided by 8 gives us 8 plus 7 times 8 plus 40 minus 38. I have an additional grouping on the back side. 8 plus 7 times 8 plus 2. No exponents. 1 multiplication in the middle. 8 plus 56 plus 2. Now it's just addition subtraction. Gives us 64 plus 2 or 66. Grouping at the start, so it gives us 90, 88. 88 divided by 2 to the 3rd power. I now have an exponent on the inside, so 88 divided by 2 to the 3rd power is 8. 88 divided by 8 gives me 11. Yeah. Here we have another grouping, so we write everything else out. 3 cubed plus 77 divided by 27 minus 16 gives us 11. I now have an exponent up front. 3 to the 3rd, that's 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. 27 plus 77 divided by 11. No more exponents. I do have multiplication addition on the back side. So 27 plus 7 gives us an answer for 34.
If you were to explain something, which one would you think would be harder? The one with exponents or the one just like with...
Honestly, one of the hardest ones is this one because that times in the middle is what messes kids up more than anything. They always want to do the addition first and go left to right before they do multiplying. So here we got another double grouping. So we'll do the groupings first. 28 divided by 14 times 4 plus 24 divided by 2. I have an additional grouping here. 28 divided by 14 times 28 divided by 2. That's it for the groupings. No exponents, multiplication, division, just left to right. 28 divided by 14 gives us 2 times 28 divided by 2. Now you just go straight across. 56 divided by 2 puts us back at 28. Now here's where our first division bar on this side. So we have two sets here. We got a grouping on top, grouping on the bottom. Within our top grouping, we have an additional grouping of the 10 plus 8. So that's where we'll start. 90 minus 10 plus 8 is 18 over 3 to the second power. 90 minus 18 is going to give us 72 over 3 to the second power. So we're now done with the top. We go to the bottom. Again, go through Gemma on the bottom. We only have one thing, it's just our exponent. So I rewrite that one as 72 divided by 3 times 3 is 9. 72 divided by 9 gives us an answer of 8.
I think it looks harder than it really is.
Again, if you just write them out, it's not hard. The key is everybody wants to take shortcuts. Shortcuts will kill you. Okay, again, a division bar means I have two pieces that I'm going to do. I started on my top one. 3 plus 5 is going to give me 8 times 3 over 2 to the third power minus 4. 8 times 3 is going to give us a 24 over 2 to the third power minus 4. So my top is now simplified. We're going to the bottom. So now I need to do my exponent. So 24 over 2 to the 8th power, or 2 to the third power is 2 times 3 is 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 4. 24 over 8 minus 4, which is 4. 24 divided by 4 gives us an answer of 6. Okay, how'd you guys do? How many got all 12 of them right?
I didn't do all of it.
No, all 12 of them. In other words, you got them all and did them all correctly.
I didn't do them all.
Okay, how many of you guys got all of you did correct? Okay.
I did 2 of them by myself.
Why are you not even writing them down? Guys, if I'm writing them down on the board, you should have written them down on your paper so you have examples for your homework for tonight. Okay, this page, don't worry about for now. We're going to cover this one next class. But this will be your homework. Just a couple of quick key notes on this. Keynote number 1.
Us guys.
You guys are used to starting over here, but what does it say the start arrow is? On the upper right. Don't start in the wrong place. That's going to mess you up if you do. Make sure you start in the upper right. As we've done with previous examples on this, when I start, I'm going to have one of 3 answers. So whichever one you go on, go to the next block. Now, this was originally designed to give you room to do the work in here. The problem is, as we've gotten older and used this photocopy multiple times, it's now too dark. So my recommendation is do all of your work on a separate piece of paper. Make sure you bring that paper with you to class. Because are we going to give you full credit if you have all of the maze done in the correct order? No, we need to see the work. The one that's hardest to read, I actually redid in pen for you, is this one right here, 2 to the second power plus 6 times 2, and then the entire quantity is squared. Okay, so I wrote it in pen below that box for you, so you should be able to see it on your homework. But just in case you can't, you can always come back to the video and take another look at it. Any questions on your homework? Okay, so you're just going to go around the maze until you get to the end, which is in kind of a funky place as well in the middle. So you guys are set.